Fuck to the birds, baby.
Fellas, what's going on? How has everybody been?
Yo.
Hey, I know we were talking a little bit about basketball, but the schedule just got released. We got a lot to talk about, fellas. Like, I'm looking at the schedule and I got questions and I need y'all's feedback on it. But before we crack into that, Scott, let everybody know we at 900 subs right now. You know what our goal is. Let everybody know what we're trying to do right now.
Yes, sir. First and foremost, behalf of the Eagles Collective podcast, we just want to say thank you to everybody who tunes in, whether it's sometimes, whether it's every time. We appreciate y'all. We finally got to 900 subscribers. I think, this last season, we had a huge come up, especially since, we have a good football team. So we just want to thank you guys for supporting us. So with that, we're going to do a giveaway. Our goal before the season starts, next season starts, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before that season starts. So we're exactly 100 away. And when we do hit that 1K milestone, we're going to be doing a giveaway. The winner of the giveaway can pick a jersey of their choice, and we'll buy it, ship it out to you. If you're local, we'll meet you. We'll figure it out, make sure that gets to you. We'll have more information we're going to post on Instagram. So we'll make sure everybody sees all the exact details, but to kind of give you a little bit, basically all you got to do is subscribe to the channel, follow us on Instagram, and then comment done with a bird, an eagle emoji, and then you're entered in. The way we're going to do that is we're going to have a randomized generator. We're going to put all the names in.
So
we're going to go live.
Comment with, you cut out for a second. You want to let them know again?
Yeah, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to have a randomized generator, and we're going to put all the names in and go live and pick the person so everybody can see that it's not fake, it's real, and you're going to see it in real time. So
yeah, no, that's facts. I think our goal, we want to hit 1,000 before the season starts just to get us out there. Like Scott was saying, we appreciate everybody. And we come on here to have fun at the end of the day. We want to have fun. We like the birds. We Birds fans. Like, we were just talking about where we're going to go see the next away game. So it's like, let's just talk about it, bro, just going into it. But with that being said, let me pull up the schedule right now. And this is what it's looking like. Now, Antoine, just looking at it just straight off that, what's your thoughts on it?
We got a gauntlet ahead of us, is what it looked like. So I'm looking at the first 4 games, and I feel like if we can come out of those first 4 games 2-2, 3-1, we'll be in great shape, because the Cowboys, they're an improved team. The Chiefs are the Chiefs, so that's always a tough game. The Rams, that's going to be a tough game, and Tampa Bay is always a tough game. So I think the first 4 games for us it's going to say a lot for us going forward this season. Like, I like it though. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, Jay. I know you were talking about Tampa. Do you see us finally getting that W in Tampa?
Yeah, I see us, like me and Scotty always say, and Antoine always say, you always say, like, they just catch us at a bad time. So it's early in the season. It's gonna be a hot game. It's week 4 in September in Tampa. So I think it's gonna be a warm game. But to parlay off what Antoine said, I look at the first 5 weeks before we hit the division game. You want to end up 4-1 at the minimum, or 3-2 is pushing it, because you got some tough games coming up after the Giants game. We don't know what the Giants are going to look like, actually, so I don't want to discredit them either, because they definitely made a lot of moves in the draft. But those first 5 games, I believe, are all tough matchups.
Yeah. No, like, I was thinking about that too. just looking at that, the first four, like just the first four games, well, you got to take the Cowboys out. But just the fact that that's a division rival game, like these other three teams, they've all, like, these are playoff contending teams. Like, we know what the Bucks do to us. The Rams, they think it should have been them. And then the Chiefs, they already know what we did to them. So it's like they coming for us. Like, we the hunted now. It's kind of at that. I personally only see one loss out of this game. Like, I'm not gonna say where, but I can definitely just see one loss out of this. But Scott, what do you think?
Just looking at the schedule, I mean, honestly, I think the NFL is trying to do us dirty. I don't think the NFL really wants the Eagles to repeat, and maybe that's just me being a crazy Philly fan. But when I look at the schedule, I see 0 back-to-back home games. I see Commanders and Giants series both occur over a 3-week span. I see 2 Thursday night football games, weeks 1 and 6, 2 Monday night football game in weeks 10 through 14. 35% of games are not on Sunday. NFC Championship rematch at the link. I mean, I just think, like, I don't know, bro. The way they did this schedule is kind of weird, and it throws me off a little bit. I still think, honestly, we're going to come out with a probably – I see 4 losses on here just because, it's definitely not sweet in this league, but I don't know, bro. I think we're the hunted, like you said. And we're also a measuring stick for other teams to see how good they are. So, they're trying to see, like, when they play the Eagles, it's like, okay, so this is how good we are. So I think it's going to be like that for a lot of teams, but this is going to be fun, bro. This is going to be a fun season.
No, yeah, I agree with you.
There you go, Scott, because I was getting worried, bro. The way that you was talking.
I'm not scared. I'm not buying. No, I'm not scared. Don't think that. I'm not scared at all. I just think it's look at it, bro. They're trying to do us dirty. That's exactly what they're trying to do. But it's not enough.
They're trying to do us dirty?
They gave us a couple. They gave us more 1 p.m. games because they screwed us on the 1 p.m. games last year.
Last season, yeah, they screwed us on the 1 p.m. games the last 2 years. So I guess
we have a lot of primetime games too.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I mean, when you're the best team in the NFL and you win a Super Bowl, this is the shit that comes with it. The stuff that comes with it. So
we're not complaining.
But look, I'll tell you what, we got the Packers on prime time. Look, this is after the bye, right? So the bye to me is at an opportunistic time because it's 8 weeks of football we get. 2 months, they'll get to gauge the team again, and after, you feel me, and get the bye. But after the bye, you got prime time. Cowboys to me is almost basically prime time, and then prime time again, and then prime time again. Look at how much.
That's insane, bro.
Look at that stretch from week 10 to week 14. That's what I'm really, really looking at because those are all high-intensity games. Prime time games, all high intensity.
For sure.
Shout out Pablo, Gary. We appreciate you.
Well, appreciate
that, bro.
Definitely.
But the other crazy thing is we got week 16 and week 8, bro. The Commanders, both of those games, like those games are going to matter, bro. I'm hoping the way I'm looking at it is week 18, we're going to already have the 1 seed locked up. So our starters aren't even going to play that game. But that's going to be interesting.
You already know week 17 is going to be a cold, blistering game. And like you said, that's a physical game. You said it in this chat earlier. That was a physical game last time. It's going to be a physical game again.
Yeah, Pablo said, do we start the starters early in the preseason with the schedule so crazy? We can get off to a faster start. Not sure we can afford to start slow this year.
That's a good point.
That's definitely a good point. But I also like to kind of like respond to what Pablo is saying. You got to look at it like this too. We got AJ Brown and we got Devontae Smith, who were probably one of the top. What would you say? Top 5 starting receiver for AJ, and then the top second receiver for Devontae. I feel like if you can compete against them, I think that's a good it's a good needle to see where everybody's going to be at. I would definitely start them just to get that rust off. I do believe we are going through that Super Bowl hangover. I will admit, I feel a Super Bowl hangover with the players that we got right now.
My God.
Oh my goodness, Warren.
What's up?
Chill, bro.
Why would you even? We haven't even got a training camp day in, and then you talk about a hangover.
I'm talking. So I'm saying that
Nah,
because
bro.
I'm looking at how we did last season. Last season it was straight work. This
Okay.
season, like fellas going out to the Met Gala, you got people out doing speeches.
Listen,
Like
they
I'm
did.
just
They
saying,
did show that post. We got the Exciting Whites podcast coming.
yeah, we got the podcast coming. We got a lot of stuff coming, and I'm just like,
That
all
that
right.
don't equal.
It
Hey,
comes with the
but
territory, bro. It comes with the
Yeah.
territory.
Every time I see podcasts, I
that don't
think
equal
Michael Parsons.
hangover.
You got
I think
Devontae in Spain with Real Madrid. They posted up at the stadium. And you got a lot of things going on. The Eagles are bro. Right now, they're definitely gonna be the hunted. Now, is a Super Bowl hangover possible? Yeah, of course it's possible. But this is why I don't think it's gonna happen. This is why we're not changing systems. Although we're getting a new OC, he's in-house. We're not changing defenses, so the continuity is gonna be there. The rookies is the ones who gotta blend in and adapt. But the players who were here last year and won a chip, they already know what they got to do. They hit the pinnacle. That's the only thing
what
they
you
say.
saying, Jay.
Sometimes when players hit the pinnacle, they might get a little lax coming into the next season.
Where he go?
I don't think Vanjie gonna hold for that.
Yeah, no, I just feel like at the end of the day, like I've been seeing a lot, bro. And I'm just like, I just hope we come out as strong as we did and as humble as we did last season. Like, yeah, we had a few mistakes, but we had Fangio in there. I'm gonna be honest with y'all boys. The two positions that I'm truly concerned about is safety and cornerback. Because we do not have, like, who's playing opposite of Quignon and who's playing next to Blankenship.
Who's replacing CJ GJ and 8 interceptions and his leadership? Who's replacing that? Who's gonna be the one?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but y'all, we got to look at this too. Like, it's only May. You know how we work. So we got until September the 4th to have
Simmons.
Justin Simmons, bro. I'm telling you, bring him in.
I think we still got time to. I mean, I know we still got time. And he normally make those late off-season acquisitions. So put the fan base at ease going into the season. And like Warren was saying, like at least we not changing systems, but you know, the partying, the Met Gala, that's what come with winning a Super Bowl, bro.
Yeah.
So, even though they got extra things going on because that's the fruits of their labor, it don't equal a hangover, in my opinion. So we still got our core. We still got the core together. We still got the system together. We still got the key players together. You know, we just gotta have guys fill in their role, like you said. The new acquisitions, the rookies, they just got to come in and fill in and bring that intensity that the rookies from last season brought going forward.
Do you think,
especially with the defense, bro?
Do you feel like they coming in with something to prove, like they can do this again?
Yeah, definitely, bro. Because that's why I only said that's why I only gave my analysis of the first 4 games, because first 4 games that's gonna be our preseason, but our preseason against 4 good teams. Like Dallas, they was hurt last year, so I get them that they getting their quarterback. They added some players, they added Pickens, they added the rookies, they had a great draft. So they going to be a problem, but I don't think they have enough. Kansas City, we can't play around there. LA, they got better. Can't play around there. And Tampa Bay, like we always have issues with Tampa Bay. So the first 4 weeks, that's gonna be our preseason, but we got to come in pedal to the metal this year. But we still got the same system, so I think that'll be a big benefit for us compared to last year.
That's one hell of a first 3 weeks, though, bro.
It is.
I agree with everything Antoine said. Literally, like from like top to finish, I agree with everything he says. What up, Wayne?
Yeah,
so
yo.
Play like the defense. You know, they play in the preseason, but Jalen Carter don't need to play. Jordan Davis don't need to play.
They don't need to play. They already locked in. They feel me.
Yeah.
They locked in. That's
you don't think Jordan Davis needs to play?
Get a safeties, all the reps they can handle, other than Blankenship. We got to see what we got in the preseason. Like that's not for the starters. It's to see what we got.
That's a very good comment.
Going off of what Pablo said, I think like what Warren said, his 2 positions that he thinks he's a little nervous about, they're both defensive positions, which personally I would rather have, you know, if you had to pick certain positions to be worried about going into the season, it's a good thing that it's on the defense because of our coach, Vic Fangio. I mean, the guy's not putting up with no BS. He's going to put the best player in there. If you can't perform, he's going to rip you right out the game. He's going to find your replacement. So those dudes on the defense, they really got to show up and perform in training camp and in the preseason for that spot. So I'm not too worried. I think we're probably going to be the cornerback situation does worry me a little bit too, but I think Vic knows what he's doing, bro. And like Jay said and Antoine said, we got time, bro. Like Howie's definitely gonna fill a hole in that secondary, at least one player before the season starts.
Yeah. So just looking at it like this. So we got Quinyon now on wide receiver 1, right? So we now got Quinyon on wide receiver 1. We don't know who's going to be on wide receiver 2.
All right.
Looking at this first game, you got CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. Who's going to be on George Pickens? Do you trust Ringo on George Pickens?
George Pickens probably gonna be moving to the slot also too, because they move him. They're gonna probably move him. We don't even know what the Cowboys. That's another. We don't know what they got. We don't know.
But who do you trust to at least like cover him? Who do you trust other than Quinyon?
Bro, look, we have we have Kelly Ringo. We have Adoree Jackson if he makes the team.
McCollum.
If he makes the team, that dude's definitely gonna make the team.
Yeah, but there's always a veteran that we sign that doesn't make the team, so it's a surprise. Yeah. We just never know.
Yeah.
I really want to see if can Ringo play cornerback in the NFL. Like,
I think Adoree Jackson is going to start out the season.
Adoree Jackson might be the best option because he's a vet. Because Cooper, we can't take Cooper out the slot because the slot is too hard to find a slot corner. So Cooper has to stay in the slot.
Yeah, that's his designated.
So you want Adoree Jackson out there as your cornerback too?
I would put him out there.
With what we have right now, that's who I'm putting out there.
So you putting him over Ringo?
Not me.
I'm putting him over Ringo.
Unless
we see something. I mean, it's like from what I've seen from Ringo.
What have you seen?
It's not as
Jackson, bro, in the last three
that's the truth though. Too.
I mean, that is true, but he still has like a veteran presence, and he was like the secondary for the Giants hasn't been anywhere close to the secondary for the Eagles.
Right.
So I say that to say, I mean, he's got to show up with a veteran presence.
Also, guys, who's gonna be our Zach Bond this year? Who's gonna be the guy that overdoes what we thought he was gonna do? Like somebody.
Hopefully, it is Ringo.
And not to say another player is gonna come in and be the best player at their position, because Bond was literally the best linebacker filming the whole league the whole last season. We can't expect that to happen, but you could expect a free agent to make more of an impact than we expect.
So
I mean, like a new addition or a free agent?
Yeah, like a free agent. Like
do it have to be a free agent?
Yeah, free. Like, feel me? Like, who's gonna be the free agent that we pick up that's gonna actually?
Bro from the Giants, not Adoree Jackson, but
that dude, yeah, bro, yeah, he's gonna be tough.
The
Aziz,
something.
Yeah.
The reason,
edge rusher.
But the reason why I was asking that is because at the end of the day, the Cowboys have no run game. They have no run game at all. We know that. That's what I know we can stop.
They got
we technically don't really have a solidified secondary. If you truly think about it, we don't have a solidified secondary. Like we don't have another safety. CJ's gone, so we got to figure out who's going to be either Makuba or Sidney Brown. And then cornerback 2, we don't have anybody. And then when you go to the Chiefs,
we don't have a clear cut. We don't.
But then when you go to the Chiefs, I feel like the Chiefs, it can be anybody. Hollywood Brown, you got what's his name from Texas?
Rashee Rice. Oh, you got Rashee Rice.
Yeah, you got them, and then look at the Rams, bro. That's the ultimate test.
You got to remember
Adams and Puka.
Okay, so if we go back, certain defenses, we don't know how the D line might put so much pressure that the secondary could be mediocre this year. Last year, we relied more on the secondary than the defensive line. If you could notice that. Feel me? We could have a defense this year where we rely more on defensive pressure and them making it home before he could even make his read. So it goes both ways. We didn't have the best defensive line last year, but we had an effective defensive line.
But we don't even know if Nolan Smith is going to be healthy coming.
Yeah, but I think this line this year is going to be better than last year's defensive line. I think we got younger rushers. We got more of a pass rush. I think we got people who's going to bend the corner. I think we're going to rely heavy on the pass rush, and we're going to be able to get by with mediocre cornerback play.
They showed that in the draft too. They're looking.
I think top corner play was what got us to the Super Bowl.
Honestly. That is. But I'm saying,
yeah,
when we won the Super Bowl,
so now we're taking a step back.
No, it's not taking a step back. So remember in 2017, that defense was not that good in the second. They were good in secondary, but they were good on getting home. You feel me? Like getting. Now I'm sorry, 2022. I'm sorry, the season that we lost. Feel we
70
had
sacks,
but they were not. They were not all pros that year. You feel me? But we got by because we had so many sacks, so much pressure. The pressure rate was too crazy for anybody to just generate anything. And
they was all pros though.
They was. I'm saying, but no, they was Pro Bowlers. I don't think JB was an all pro that season.
James Bradbury was all pro.
James Bradbury was. He was him and Slay. Slay wasn't all pro.
When you asked the question, Warren, like, are we taking a step back in the secondary? Yes, we taking a step back.
Have to. No.
We not going to be good though. So taking a step back is cool. We do got to take a step back and look at it. But again, Howie is not done. So he go pick up somebody that's gonna put our mind at ease.
I believe in Fangio. That's who I believe in. Fangio is who I truly believe in.
That's my point.
He's getting the maximum output of players, bro. The maximum output of them, and he's putting them in. And he got better each week, better and better, to the point where we dominated the best quarterback in the NFL, literally on the biggest stage. That's to the point he got last season. So I believe in the system more than everything.
I definitely believe in the system, bro. But I also believe that there wasn't film on Quinyon. There was no film on Cooper DeJean. There is no film on Zach Bond. Now there's film on them. Like that's the way that I'm looking at it. Like I'm going in with us going 12-5. That's the way I'm looking. When I look at this schedule, I see 12-5 just because there's film on these players now, and I feel like losing Slay and losing CJ is going to hurt us more than people think. I do like that we are making these players compete in the offseason for the role, but it's not guaranteed either. Like, Quinyon's going to be playing up against top receivers as well. Like, can you see Quinyon, like, holding CeeDee Lamb all game?
I definitely could see it, but CeeDee Lamb be traveling. Like, remember, some of these receivers don't stay to one side, so
right.
Like I said, CB2, what you said, we're definitely the secondaries in the air. No clear safety, no CB2, no clear CB2. So that is the biggest worry for sure. I'm not gonna lie, it's the biggest worry as defensively.
Yeah, I do think that we are gonna level up in linebacker play. That's my confidence, because we do have a Jahad Campbell. We got Jeremiah Carter coming, and I don't know when
Nakobe Dean.
Yeah, I don't know when he's coming back, but I definitely feel like it's going to be a competition between those two on which one. But I feel like, I don't know about y'all, but tell me if I'm wrong or not. Do y'all feel like Jahad Campbell is kind of that replacement for Zach Bond in the next 2 to 3 years?
Yeah,
that's what I feel like.
100%.
Not Nakobe Dean. That's not to say that Nakobe won't be gone in a few years just because he can't stay healthy either. But I think that Jahad Campbell pick was more so to replace Zach Bond, because I think Howie realized how important it was to have a good linebacker. And if Jahad lives up to the hype, he could be like a generational linebacker.
Amen, Scotty. Amen. That's exactly why he finally prioritized that position and realized it. It won him a Super Bowl. So he said, I'm going to go out and get another baby Bond.
Yeah. Look at these comments real quick. I've been busy if y'all ask about I kind of don't want Jay Clowney right now.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm kind of good
at that game. I'll never forget that.
Personally, I'm fine with our edge rushers and our defensive tackles. I'm personally good with that. I don't think we need to add anybody right now. He said Pickens, put Ringo.
Ringo big ass.
Yeah. I think Ringo's just young, bro, and I think having those 2 years sitting back is going to help him. Like his football IQ definitely got better, but it's just playing consistently though.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing, especially up against those teams.
I'm not scared though, Candy. That's
I'm a little scared.
He said Nolan is expected.
I'm scared of Ringo, bro. I hope he can prove me wrong.
I'm scared of Ringo turn into Jalen Mills with the double move type of stuff. You feel me? Like
I just don't want Ringo to be a Bradbury, bro. I just hope whoever we got does not become a Bradbury, dog.
Nah, ain't nobody a Bradbury, bro.
2023 Bradbury. I don't want to discredit him. 2022 Bradbury's all pro. That's my mistake. I'm sorry, JB.
Hey, Bradbury got a ring too, bro.
I still got respect for Bradbury because he
got that. That's like that. Like here, take it. Goddamn ring.
Like because he was trolling throughout the whole season on IG, just chilling, and then at the end he just smiled with the trophy. Like that was the biggest troll ever.
Yeah,
that's a good. That's a good point because you spend 2 years in a system like Fangio's. You're only going to grow. You're only going to learn. And he makes the players want it. Like, the players just got to want it, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. And that goes back to the culture of people that they bring in, too. Somebody that's hungry.
And a lot of our players, a lot of our draft picks are coming from, like, good schools with good coaches. Like, Makuba, he's going to be, who knows when he's going to play, when he's going to get his chance. But he's coming from, a really good school, and he was the lead guy over there. So, I mean, I think that's part of it too, is like we tried to draft players this year from schools that have really good coaches.
Yeah. I have a theory about this. I feel like we're only going to get Nakobe Dean for a solid 4 games. Like, that's my thoughts on that. I feel like we're only going to get him for a solid 4.
Like the last 4 of the season or in the playoffs?
I feel like it's going to be like in the middle of the season because he's going to try to come back fast.
That's a good analogy.
Get hurt.
You're going to
get hurt again.
They're not going to let him come back fast, though. They don't play that.
Yeah, they're not.
They shouldn't. They definitely shouldn't.
You remember that Dolphins game? You remember that Dolphins game when Nakobe Dean came in and he performed well, but he fell off again like a week later?
Yo.
Kind of like reminds me of that.
Yo, Penn Wayne's coming.
What'd you say, Jerry?
Penn Wayne's coming. See what he said? I'm relying on a strong front four to take the pressure. That's exactly what I meant. Feel me? Like secondary not gonna be the secondary last year. We probably not gonna. That was a super elite play. I'm hoping we could get that because remember we still do got Cooper and Quinion in it. Those are both 2 hitters.
Yeah. No.
I think his comment before that.
This one.
That's another thing, bro. Is like our defense, the front. And the linebackers, like that's a solid defense, but we're not even talking about like these teams got to outscore us. We have the best offense in the NFL. So I don't think
that's a good point.
Very good point.
I don't think we have to have the number 1 defense in order to go back to back because our offense just spent more time with each other. Like I said, these teams still have to outscore us, bro.
That was the point I was making too. Like, yeah, we gonna take a step back on defense. Like, you can't get higher than number 1. So,
but I was gonna add to that and say Vic Fangio's whole scheme is you don't give away the big play. You don't give away the big play. You let them just nickel and dime down the field until they make a mistake. Now, if you got the right quarterback and the right receiver, they can just throw it overhead if you don't have the right cornerback. That's just where I'm getting at, to where now we're putting ourselves in a position to where I just feel like at the end of the day, the only reason why I'm bringing this whole thing up is because I feel like in camp, they're going to see which one is competing, and then they're going to ask Vic Fangio, do you truly feel like we need to get somebody else?
Yeah, for sure.
And then that's when they bring in somebody else, a vet. Because last thing you want to do is do that in the middle of the season rather than, like, just do it early. So I think that's the only reason why I'm bringing that up and looking at the receivers that we got, because we still got Mike Evans. Like, after that, after the Rams, we got Mike Evans after that.
I mean, to beat us, teams are going to have to throw the ball. Like, they're going to have to put trust in their quarterback to make
and put up a lot of points,
Gross.
like you said, to keep up with the offense.
And these
Because
are quarterbacks that perform best in the regular
yeah,
season, not the postseason.
yeah, that is true.
First
But
5 weeks,
I don't see us hanging a banner on Jerry Jones' head and then losing.
No, I don't think we're gonna. I don't think Jalen will let that happen. Honestly,
I don't think anybody will.
I don't think the city of
I
Philadelphia.
like that comment too. Work as
I know the Rams is hot though. The Rams are gonna come at our neck. Week 3 is gonna be tough.
Yeah, I can see us winning the first game, losing the next 2, and pulling out the 4th one to put us at 2-2.
Yeah,
And
I'm
getting
gonna that up.
so
I
feel like they're gonna beat the Chiefs. I feel like Jalen got Patrick Mahomes' number, bro. I think he
Yeah,
got
bro.
out of everybody he's faced or the other quarterbacks. That's the one who got his number because he runs through folks, bro. And for some reason with Jalen, he can't outshine Jalen on the same field.
Yeah,
Never has.
And 3 times they've played, and even though he hasn't won every game, Jalen has played better than him in all the games. Even the game at the Chiefs, he didn't have that much yards, but the game was more defensive, but he still made the throws at the right time at the end of that game. That throw to Smitty at the Arrowhead, that down to the 1.
yeah, for
crazy.
sure.
Yeah. Okay. No, I like that. That's a good point. So, with that being said, I got each and everybody's name on here, each team. We're going to do wins and losses. I think this is where it's going to get interesting a little bit. So, Cowboys, are we all agreeing W?
I'm taking a
That's
dub.
a dub. That's a dub.
Dub? Okay.
Stop playing.
Taking a dub.
Okay.
Give
So
me a
everybody's choosing. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna take an L. I'm gonna take an L the first game.
You are taking an L.
You are taking an L by saying an L.
That's a 2-score win.
All right, I'm gonna take the L. Oh, that's Jay. My bad, Jay. So
yes.
next is the Chiefs.
Wait, yeah. I was gonna say. You already know. I just said I think they're gonna beat the Chiefs. He got his number, bro.
We gonna beat the Chiefs?
Yeah, Patrick can't pick up the hotline with Jalen Cole.
All right, and are we playing the Chiefs? Are they playing in Philly?
That's an Arrowhead.
Arrowhead.
It's an Arrowhead? Okay.
First road game of the year.
Antoine, what you thinking?
Jake, give me a W.
Good.
Okay. I'm gonna take a W on that one. Scott?
I'm going W as well. I don't think we can. I think they're going to keep that going. Honestly, I'm going to say a hot take. I don't think Mahomes will ever beat Jalen Hurts in his entire career ever again.
I like to hear that.
Okay. All right. Now, remember, guys, with the Cowboys, I don't know what it is with these Cowboys-Eagles games. The first game never matters. It's always the last game that everybody be talking about. That's the only reason why I'm taking the L right now. But Rams.
I think we're taking the L there because remember, they got Cooper Kupp and Nakua now. They're new look Rams. It's not going to be that easy. I'll take the L. I think that the L is going because I think the Chiefs is going to be a game that's going to take a lot out of them.
Now, remember, Saquon got his most rushing yards with the Rams both games.
That's the thing. Yeah.
But they sacked Jalen, I think, 4 or 5 times in that game. Their defensive line is pretty good. Jared Verse, he made a name for himself.
But a sack to Jalen is nothing, though, bro. Like, a sack to Jalen is like Brett Favre getting interceptions. Like, that's nothing. You can still come back from it.
They were throwing his ass down on that game. Y'all know it.
It was also snowy.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
Give me a W.
W? Okay.
Hey, let me go back to Kansas City. Give me
All
that.
right, what you want to do?
Oh, Anton's backtracking.
I hate doing that too, bro. But
it's all good. It's all good because you.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. That's why we doing this.
You gotta pick and choose where you think the L's coming.
All right, give me the L. W for the Rams.
Okay. I'm gonna do W for the Chiefs. And Scott, what you got?
For the Rams, I just don't think they're going to come up with a formula to stop Saquon. So give me a W, 3-0 to start the season.
Okay. I like it. All right. Bucks, Jay.
Give me the dub because I think they not catching us at a bad time this time.
Okay. We'll do that. And that's good though, because think about it, after the Rams lost, you want to come back,
They
prove yourself.
they do got our number though. The Bucks got the Eagles number. I will say that.
Antoine.
Bucks got our number. Yeah.
Yep, it's the truth. That is the truth.
I'm gonna go W on this one. I think Jalen's tired of losing to the Bucks. What you guys?
Another hot game in Tampa against the Bucks, but Eagles Collective is going to be in the house. We're not losing, bro.
Yeah, that's the game we eyeing that game.
All right. Next is Broncos. That's food. Should be food.
I'm not gonna look at them as food. Bo Nix and Sean Payton showed last year that they definitely were ascending as the year was going on. Like they were not getting worse.
Right.
But I still will take the W. That's a home game, I believe. So I'll take the W.
Now, I don't think the Broncos have a defensive line, do they?
They have a great secondary though.
Their defense overall was good last season. They
were like top 3 in defense last year. I think top 5.
I'm not. Sean Payton's a good coach. He's another coach who maximizes his players' output. So I'm not. They're not. I just think it's gonna be a dub because of the home. But
okay.
Vangio used to coach for the Broncos. No, he used to coach for the.
That's a good point. It might be a get back.
Yeah, I think he used to coach for the Broncos. So yeah, might be his little get back.
W.
Dub. All right. I'm gonna do dub with that one too. Scott.
I'm going dub as well. We're not losing to some weak ass Broncos.
I think we all agree. Finally. All right. Giants.
That game is at the link.
Starting. Russell Wilson starting.
I'm gonna go with history. What history tells me, the Giants at the link don't have too many W's the last couple of years. So
this one's away.
Week 8? Oh, that was away.
Week 6. Week 6 is
week 8. I'm sorry, week 8.
Week 6 is at home.
Yes, it is. It is 8:15 prime time game. That's a Thursday night game. So that's a short week game. Remember, we got to take certain things into consideration. Give me the L on that one.
Oh, okay.
First L's gonna be a shocking. You know why? Because I just think that they're gonna put a lot of emphasis on those first 5 weeks. A lot. It's gonna take a lot to get feel me, and I think this is where they're gonna get a little laxed.
Okay. Antoine?
Giants are the Giants, bro. I mean, they did decently in the draft and everything, but it's not enough. That's a W.
All right. I'm doing dub with that one. Scott?
Yeah, I mean, the Giants are just our little brother at this point. I think it might be probably like a 30-point blowout.
Now, Vikings.
Although, wait, hold on now. Russell Wilson never lost to the Eagles, has he?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah,
when they said Jalen doesn't throw
last year.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he's with the Steelers.
When Jalen couldn't throw, this what you want to see?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm still keeping the dub.
298.
That's when he had the diamonds dancing. All right. Yeah. Vikings game. I think this is going to be a test for the secondary with Justin Jefferson right there.
That's in a way.
They got a rookie quarterback, JJ McCarthy. Never played a game in the league.
But he sat back behind Sam Darnold too.
And he sat for a
whole shit.
Hey, I think
sat behind Sam Darnold. Hey, he's gonna be tough. Sat behind Sam Darnold.
I think him sitting though is gonna benefit him though. But I'll take the dub right there.
Okay.
That's over there in Minnesota too. 1 o'clock game.
Yeah, you're right. That's in the dome.
Yeah.
What you got, Antoine?
Yeah, that's one of the teams that I spoke about earlier on one of the previous shows where they had a nice offseason. Sam Darnold got them to 14-3. They got the number 2 seed. They got him up out of there because they think that JJ McCartney is ready. So they got a great defense too. Give me an L right there.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm taking the L too.
They don't beat us. Give me a dub.
We have their number. They're the Bucks too. We the Bucks to them. Like how
Pretty much.
Scotty said we going 7-0.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, that's not impossible. We've seen
Hey,
it.
man.
It's definitely not.
We've seen it.
We've
We've
seen it
seen it
happen
happen.
multiple times over the last couple of years. They start 6-1, 6-0, 7-1.
They started 10-1 in back-to-back seasons.
Back to existence. That's not impossible. So Scotty is not drinking tonight, fellas. Scotty is sober.
Scotty's
possible.
thinking, that's all.
It's possible. It's possible.
So we got the Giants next.
This is why I think they're gonna scrape the Giants at the link. Like, feel me? This is why I feel like they're gonna. The first loss is gonna be like, call me on a short week, all that.
Mm-hmm.
W.
All right. Antoine.
W.
All right, I'm going dub with that one too.
Yeah, not much to say there, Dub.
All right, then we got the bye week. So we going in with a W. The bye week. Then we got the Packers, the ones that want to ban the tush push.
That's why that game is personal. Primetime Lambeau, full rested. Eagles team gonna take a dub.
Who'd they pick up in the draft? Was it Golden?
They got Golden,
Receiver?
Matthew Golden.
Okay.
Yeah.
So their receiver core is.
They always have.
There's no number one, but there's a bunch of number twos.
Yeah.
There's 4 number 2s on that team.
Yeah, they got a bunch of number 2s. Coming out for bye week, well rested. Packers. W.
All right. I'm going to go dub with that one as well.
I'm actually going to take an L on this. I mean, we barely beat the Packers the last couple of years. They played us well. Both games we played in the playoffs, I mean, we kind of stopped. I think we held them to like 10 points. But I think they're going to be hungry for this one, especially all the offseason stuff with the tush push. I think we'll take an L here coming off the bye, unfortunately.
Could it be an A.J. Dillon game?
Hopefully. I'm sure he'll get a lot of touches this game.
Just to say one side note, Sirianni 7-1 after bye weeks.
I ain't want to say nothing, but yeah.
7-1.
I'm gonna still hold the L, I think.
All right, let's go. I think this is the reason why I think we're gonna go on a run now. You know why? Because the Eagles proven during the bye week they could regroup with these coaches. I think they're gonna go on a real run right here, flex. So this is a W at the link.
All right.
This is home.
Yep.
Okay.
This is, it's home.
That primetime stretch. Remember what I said about the primetime stretch?
Yeah.
This is the Sunday night football game. Lions, Eagles.
Yep.
That's hoping that the Lions are actually as good as they were. Like, I'm going based on what happened to us, losing our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. Like, that made it to where this is Nick Sirianni and what Nick Sirianni can actually do. Now, what can Dan Campbell really do? Because I don't have full trust in Dan Campbell because he's kind of like our Nick Sirianni. That's just my personal opinion.
Give me an L on that one.
Okay. I'll take a W on that one. Scott?
Yeah. I'm gonna go W as well. I think this is the game, honestly, like out of all the non-conference games, I think this is the one I'm looking forward to the most. Just to see, like, I mean, we haven't really talked much about them, but they talk about us a lot. I think this is going to be like a measuring stick game for them, and I think they're going to come up a few inches short.
So, I think because we're going into week 11, that means there's probably going to be some injuries. This is when injuries usually start up.
And they be injured a lot, the Lions do.
Yeah. Cowboys, Jay.
That's the game I'm gonna be with y'all in Texas. At this point, I think the Eagles are rolling in the season. I think week 12, Jalen's in full stride, full form. I think they're running over them in AT&T. W.
Antoine?
Cowgirls suck. W.
All right. I'm taking the W on that one as well. Get our get back.
I hate to say it, but I think we're going to take an L on this one. We beat them twice last year. We're going to smack them week 1, but I think they'll get their W at home. Not on some like whatever, we're falling downhill type stuff, but I think they'll grab a W.
Okay. Bears? Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson.
That's a 3:00 Friday game. It's an
Black,
odd game. 3:00 Friday.
Friday game.
Black Friday game.
Black Friday.
They rolling, bro. W.
Okay.
I'm telling you, they're gonna after the bye week, they're gonna go crazy like last season.
W.
I'm gonna take an L on this one because they're gonna catch us slipping. I just think it's gonna be kind of like that Carolina game. Like everybody just wasn't there. Scott.
I'm gonna take the W in this one. I think they did play as well the last time we played them, but that was a completely different team. I just don't think the coach makes a lot of dumb decisions. So I think if it even does get close, we're gonna come out on top.
He does make dumb decisions.
And we're playing them at home. Yeah.
He blew a couple games last year.
What would that be? Like week 13 would be what? Like November, October?
Yeah.
Week 13, that's Thanksgiving, so that's gonna be November
That's
24th.
Friday,
Yeah.
November 20th, 28th,
Yeah.
3:00.
Okay, got you. Then we go all the way to LA
Oh
to play
man,
the
the
Chargers.
Eagles be owning SoFi Stadium, bro. Like the fans.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's a home game in LA, so that's a W.
That's a dome. Is it a dome there?
This is around the
It is a dome, yeah.
This is around the point of the season where they start talking about the repeat for real. Like, yo, they really rolling.
Yeah.
Facts.
Give me a W too.
Okay. I'll take I'll take a dub on that one. Same thing, Scott?
Yeah, I do think it's an underrated team, but
Yeah. Then you
Not
got
good
the
enough.
Raiders. Then the Raiders we go back to Philly and the Raiders come to us. So like where y'all see that?
I see a W there too.
Okay.
I'm not even
Geno Smith ain't on that.
Bro, imagine having a team where you just see all else.
imagine if a team where they just. I just don't know why a team is in Las Vegas to begin with.
Bro,
That's
Josh
it.
Jacobs literally put them on blast on the Bussin' with the Boys podcast.
I didn't
Talking
even
about how a lot of people in that organization don't even care about winning
Yeah.
like that.
yeah. So I'm trying to talk. I'm talking about that team. That's a place.
I saw
that we
that.
haven't- I don't know.
The only thing he said, the only person he named, and he named him like 10 times, was Max Crosby.
Dang.
Like everybody else on that team, he didn't even say or no, he did. He said Max Crosby and Devontae Adams, but he's not even there anymore.
Yeah, you
So,
saying even the owner, like
even the owner, yeah.
that Mark Davis.
So who'd they pick up in the draft? Was it
I don't even know. Yeah, Ashton Genty, yeah.
Okay. So they trying to bring back the Seattle Seahawks with them.
Yeah,
So Geno Smith.
that's a W.
Yeah.
Will
Dub
Smith.
for sure.
I can see a dub with that.
If this is the easiest game on the schedule, without just going off what we know, I think it's this game.
Yeah,
Not the Giants.
other than the
But I really do think the Giants gonna be better, bro.
nah.
I think the Cowboys. I think they might be better than the Cowboys this year.
Damn.
Giants had a better defense than the Cowboys last year. They had a better pass rush than them. They got a little bit. They have a little bit of a better defense than the Cowboys. But Cowboys don't really got a defense to me, bro. Our division, you need a defense if you want to succeed.
You got a dub, Scott?
Yeah, I said dub.
Okay. All right, Commanders.
That's a steamroll.
This is where I think we're gonna take the L, and this is the L that's gonna steamroll us into the playoffs and then win the last two. But I don't want to talk too much. Give me the L. That's in Washington too.
Yep.
Yeah, I think at that point, Jalen still got something to prove against Jaden Daniels because people are trying to leapfrog Jaden Daniels over Jalen Hurts. So Jalen Hurts had to smack him around. So he gonna continue to smack him around. That's a W.
A good point.
I'm gonna take the dub on that one. Scott.
I'm gonna take the dub as well. Not much to say.
And now this would be a game that honestly I would personally love to go to.
Yeah. I got family in Buffalo too. We know Gio, my brother-in-law, he lives out there. So Gio is definitely going to that game. This is where Josh Allen has beaten every team except the Eagles. You know he's circling this game. He's beat 31 out of 32.
Mm-hmm.
But Jalen Hurts is going to rise to the occasion in a cold environment, and he's going to win that game.
Yeah, last time it was raining, I think. All
Yeah.
right.
They had a bad weather in Philly. There's gonna be bad weather probably in Buffalo.
Yeah,
Antoine?
that's a W. I think that's gonna be our toughest game to date.
Yeah. Yep.
But I think that
The
we're gonna be
toughest?
ready. Like we're gonna be full speed ahead. So that's a W.
Okay. I'm going to actually take the L on this one. I just think at that point, we just get knocked off. It'll be a close game. As bad as they got us, as good as we got them in overtime last game, I think there's a few players on that team that want their get back. So I'm gonna take the L on that. What you
To
guys
be
say?
honest, I don't even think they're really tripping off get back for us. I think the only person who's gonna have this game circled is Josh. And keep trying harder, buddy. You're not doing it. So yeah, give me the dub. I do think there's gonna be a lot of fights in the stands at this game too.
Ooh, yeah.
Because we travel well and we have the two most annoying
Buffalo
fan
fans are
bases.
wild too. Yeah, that's a bad concoction.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of people getting arrested that night. So I might not go to that game, but it would be fun.
All right, then we got the Commanders. They playing us.
At the link when it matters the most, Jalen's
We're going to be resting, bro. We're going to have first seed locked up. It's an L.
You know what, bro?
Playing nobody's.
You know, I was thinking that, but we can't let the foot off the throttle.
Well, based off Scott's score, yeah, they can do that.
Yeah. So we taking an L here.
Yeah, I think I'm taking a W. Even if we have Tanner McKee out there, I'm taking a W.
We got Colin McCord out there. We got Ian Book out there.
Matter of fact, we're gonna put what's his name? That Warren
the
what's
one
his
from
name?
the Browns?
Your boy?
Oh God, Uncle Rico out there.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Uncle Rico.
I think
DTR.
DTR for the win.
With the dub.
DTR for the dub.
Yo, that
That's
DTR
crazy.
situation following you, Warren.
Now I still think that we're gonna need this one to lock up the
number one seed.
So I think we still full speed ahead. That's a W.
Remember the record last season for the Vikings? I think they had 2 losses, bro.
3.
All right, so
3. So
to it. Jay, you want to. So Jay's going in 14 and 3. Antoine's going in.
Same.
Yeah, he's going in 13 and 4.
Oh no, he does he? Oh, he has another L. Yeah, he has 4.
Yeah. I'm going to take the L on this one because I said 12 and 5. I truly feel like we level up in the postseason. Some teams just don't do that. And I say we just take it after that. We got the L's. We already know our mistakes. Now we go into the postseason, right? That's the way I look at it. Scott, what you got to say?
Yeah, I mean, I think by this point we already have the first seed locked up, so we putting backups in, and probably gonna take the L by a field goal or something like that.
14 and 3. Okay, that's not bad. It's not bad. I think so. We all are kind of on the same page a little bit. Yeah, I definitely got 12 and 5. Yeah, but with this schedule, I'm glad that the bye is in the middle of the week. It's in the middle of the season. It's not like early, even though
middle too. Dead middle.
Yeah,
Dead middle, yeah.
at least it's not early. Because remember, that was our biggest complaint about it last time, that it was way too early.
We needed it.
Yeah, we definitely needed it, but we needed it because we had a fresh defensive.
Yep.
Like we had Saquon, bro, and I think if it wasn't for that offensive line to let Nick know like we can do this with Saquon, I think that would have been different. But they going after Saquon now.
I can't remember
Yeah, for sure.
Eagles defensive player, but I think it was Josh Sweat, if I'm not mistaken. But he said after the bye week, they realized they were not rushing together. They were all just trying to do their own thing. And after the bye week, they saw the tape. They're like, yo, y'all, If we work a little bit more together, we're gonna do it. And whatever they did on that bye week, bro, that's what won the Super Bowl.
I feel
Yeah.
like they decided to stop letting Bryce Huff start. That's what.
That's where he disappeared. Was that your? I mean, he did disappear. His snap count went down after that. Like,
Yeah, but yeah, fellas, that's kind of where I'm at with that. What's the score right now in the basketball game, Jay?
bro, no, what I don't even want to say it.
Not good.
I don't want to
Yeah.
say it.
Dang.
Oh, they're getting clapped on right
I don't
now.
want. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to say it.
Well, let us know for the people that are watching us instead of watching the game.
It's Boston has 127, and the New York Knicks have 102.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
What happened?
Your boy
Derek White.
Derek White.
Derek White happened.
Derek White is turning into MJ on a good night in Chicago in the 90s, bro. I'm telling you, like it's 34 for him, bro. 7 threes.
Hey, Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown has a double, 26 and 12. They went off, bro.
Wow, Jalen Brunson must have talked to him or something.
So that's 3-2.
You got Pritchard hitting 5 threes.
Yeah,
6 minutes of the year.
Yeah, bro. But now, fellas, just overall going over this, I'm excited that the season's coming back. Of course, it gives us all something to talk about. It's gonna be dead, like moving forward until the off season starts. But just going into this, what are some things y'all are excited to see, and what are some questions y'all got going into this season? Because it's not going to be the same team that we had last year. And I'll just start off with Jay.
I want to see how hungry they are. I want to see if it, feel me, if they're going to allow themselves to get a hangover, like you said. Like, it's very possible teams just win the chip and kick their feet up. But it's something about Jalen Hurts. I think that he's just going to – this is where he's going to – he's entering his MJ era. That's what I like to say. And I don't mean to sound like a little bit overhyping him, but I really do think this dude is the leader of Philadelphia and his whole organization. And I think that he's going to lock in. Don't even be surprised if you get an MVP type of passing like year from him.
What are some things are you concerned about?
I'm concerned about the secondary. Our secondary last year is not going to be the same this year. Like Antoine said, you can't get higher than number 1. So my concern is more or less the replacement for CJ Gardner-Johnson. Not only the 8 interceptions, but the intangibles, like how tough he was, how much of a leader he was. Who's going to replace that? Who is going to be the guy? Because he took us to 2 Super Bowls of 2 seasons. He played with us on defense in the back end as a leader in the back end.
You don't
replace? I like Blankenship, but how much dog do Blankenship got in him? I don't know. Slay appointed him. Slay was the one who said Blankenship is going to be the one. So yeah. I do think Blankenship is a very solid piece. I feel like he's a piece of the puzzle that you're just happy that he's there, but you're not paying too much attention to him.
He also is up for a contract too soon.
He's key. I think he's very key to the defense too, but I don't think he was as key as CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Okay. Do you feel like with that being said, so do you think Blankenship is a core piece on the defense?
Hell yeah.
For sure. I do think I do. I don't
so
think
he's somebody that they want to sign, re-sign, and keep.
Yeah, and I think he's playing at a very friendly number. If you look at his contract, the contract he signed is very team friendly, but he's exceeded that contract, so he has the right to demand more money, and you can't pay 2 safeties. So
plus he's an undrafted. You got to remember this too. He's an undrafted free agent, so no matter what, he's always playing with the chip on his shoulder.
Look, getting rid of CJ Gardner-Johnson could be opening up the payday for him down the line, because at the end of the day, you can't pay both safeties, like unless you have 2 super elite guys. But getting rid of Gardner-Johnson early might be forcing the Reed Blankenship extension.
I think that's opening up Jalen Carter, honestly.
Oh no, but Jalen Carter's that every little shaving you see, every little
for him, yeah.
Every little shaving you see, and it's gonna continue because we know what he's worth. The price is only gonna go up.
Yeah. So you see Reed not ending his career, but you can see Reed being with us in 2027?
I see Reed as the type of player who prioritizes the game over money. As weird as that sounds, like I said, he took a team-friendly deal. Like he was an undrafted free agent. How much leverage did he have? I just think that he likes where he's at, and I don't know if he would be willing to give that up, especially if the Eagles start off very, very hot. You know, players want to win. They want to get paid, but players want to win. A lot comes with winning. You see what comes with winning.
Yeah. Then you got Joe Burrow.
I could see him taking a team-friendly deal. I could see him staying with the Eagles, like to help the Eagles.
Scott, what's your thoughts on Blankenship?
I like him. I mean, I don't like CJ wouldn't just, we all know the kind of guy CJ Gardner-Johnson is. He's a true leader. He's very vocal. I don't think he would say what he said about Reed if he really wasn't high on him like that. I don't think Reed can replace CJ. I mean, that's kind of hard to find a guy like that has the talent, the mentality, and the vocalism. But I think he will take a bigger step this season than we've seen in years past. But honestly, I'm pretty high on Makuba too. I think our safety room is going to end up being okay, especially if we can bring in what's his name from Denver or Justin Simmons from the Falcons. If we can get him, I mean, I'm really not worried about the safety room at all. I do trust Sidney Brown. Obviously, we know his issues, but I think working more with Vic can definitely help balance him out a little bit. So I'm feeling pretty good about our safeties, actually. The one thing I am a little concerned about, if we had to pick something, would be that cornerback room. That's the only thing. But I'm pretty high on Reed taking a big step this year.
So, okay, sell me on Justin Simmons. What is it about Justin Simmons that is like he's that piece that we need? Because y'all know I was on the other podcast with the Bird Game. They're talking about Justin Simmons. I know we've been talking about him a little bit here. What is it that's so good about him, but also a reason why he hasn't gotten picked up yet?
That's a great point that you bring up, actually. I haven't thought about why he hadn't gotten picked up yet. Maybe he's just chasing a bag that's too big for him. But what I will say is that, I mean, we talk about the veteran presence and the ability to be a vocal leader that we did have in CJ. He kind of resembles that or mirrors it in a way. I think he's more talented than CJ Gardner-Johnson is, as far as just from a straight talent standpoint alone. He is a little older, but I think if we're talking veteran leadership, which is like, I think what Vic seems to like, he's definitely got that. But that is a good point that you bring up, though. Now I'm starting to wonder, like, why hasn't any team made an offer?
Antoine said that earlier. If you remember, Antoine said they might see a little maybe it's just a little decline teams is seeing or scouts are seeing. That's why he's out there, because he is old. I think he's 31. Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like 31.
And
so there is some type of decline, but players don't sit out this long unless they're demanding more than what they asked it. They're worth. Like Scotty said, it could be a money issue.
But also, he's willing to take a pay cut to come to Philly. So I don't think that is money. But then also, you got to look at it like this. When you bring in Justin Simmons, what was the whole point of drafting Sidney Brown then? So you're going to have Sidney Brown sit out another year.
Makuva is – I think that's going to be the best battle in training camp, Makuva and Sidney. So you're right. What is the point? What is the point of drafting Makuva, drafting Sidney Brown if you're just going to plug in Simmons?
Yeah, it's no knock on anybody that said Justin Simmons. I just want to know, like, why do I keep hearing his name? Because I hear it everywhere. But it's like we made all these moves, but everybody's still talking about this one player. So that's just where I'm at with that. Antoine,
I mean, I can see why they would do that with Makuba, because Makuba is going to be a rookie, and we got him later in the draft. So it would make sense to maybe get Simmons and plug him in ahead of Makuba, so Makuba can learn under him and other players. But the Sidney Brown thing is a little different. But I don't think Vic Fangio likes Sidney Brown as much as Howie when he drafted him, though.
You're right. That is a Howie guy. He was there before Fangio, so like
he definitely is. Where are you at with it, Antoine? Like, I guess I know you just hopped on, but my question was, like, everybody's been talking about Justin Simmons. What is it about Justin Simmons that, other than veteran presence, like, I feel like we can't use veteran presence anymore when it comes to the defense. I felt like that was the reason why we brought CJ in to bring that type of mentality back to the team. Because me personally, I think Quinyon is that dog on the team. I feel like you got Jalen Carter, you got Nolan Smith. Like, I don't know if Zach Bond's a talker or not, but I feel
Quinyon's definitely not a dog though. I
what's
mean, he's
that?
a great player, but Quinyon will never be a leader of a defense.
Yeah.
He's too quiet.
Definitely not a leader. I think the leader at the end of the day is Blankenship.
Most he spoke was at
But
the
I'm
parade
saying-
when he was drunk.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but I'm talking about like we liked CJ because he was a talker and like
Yeah,
he
vocal
boosted
leader, yeah.
everybody. But Quinyon, y'all saw him talking to Mike Evans like crazy. You saw him talking to AJ crazy. Like, think about that. He getting in their head, so it's not like he just silently playing. But Antoine, like,
Darrell
what's your
Revis was like that. Darrell Revis was a quiet, crazy corner like that. I look like him as Revis. Like, he's not too vocal, but he just plays. His play shows.
Yeah. But what were you thinking, Antoine?
Nah, what was you saying?
No, I was just saying with Justin Simmons, everybody's been talking about bringing Justin Simmons onto the roster. I personally don't see a reason why to bring him on other than, like everybody's saying, veteran presence. But what else does he bring other than that?
I mean, you can't, you can't belittle or whatever the word is. Like, veteran presence, that's important,
Mm-hmm.
He's a good player. Again, he's a little bit older, but I think that he is a great player for Vic Fangio. And so with Vic Fangio, it's familiarity. He's not familiar with Sidney Brown. He's not familiar with the rookie, so he know that Justin gonna be where he need Justin to be. So we have all these issues about the secondary, and that safety position with the rookie and with Sidney Brown is still a question mark. I think Justin Simmons would make us sleep better at night, knowing that you got that veteran back there that's going to be where he needs to be. He's not going to be out of position. So if you do have a mistake or a mishap on the cornerback too, you got somebody over there that know I need to be over here to help this guy out, and he'll be there.
So kind of like
I
don't have to worry about him. I know he's got it.
Yeah, I mean, because we don't need him to be a superstar. We just need him to play well and play the scheme well, and I think he'll be able to do that.
Okay, I see that. I don't know, bro. I see Makuba, and from what we got from CJ and watching Makuba's highlights, I feel like we got a younger CJ. It's not to knock CJ from what he did, but I feel like we can develop that into him. And like, do you want somebody like a CJ or do you want a Simmons? Because now your leadership is in the backfield. You don't have anybody up front now. So I don't know. It's just a thought I was.
I mean, also Makuba is similar to CJ too when it comes to.
Yeah, it just with development, I think he can be better than CJ.
But Warren, check this out. Think about what Fangio did with all his defensive rookies last season. He gonna do it again. He gonna make one of them a big time star. One of them is gonna show out.
I think it's gonna be Makuba, bro.
It's probably gonna be Makuba because Makuba, like you said, they drafted him probably to try to be the CJ, the young one, and and that's if we speaking about it, they sure as hell speaking about it because it's obvious that's his comparison on tape. So that's a very good point. But just think about what Fangio's track record is in one season with rookies. Jalen Hunt exploded. Cooper DeJean exploded. Quinyon Mitchell exploded. So just think about that.
And you know all those plays that we gave up, like when we had one of the safeties move into the slot. You know what I'm saying? Like CJ, he can cook.
Yeah, CJ got. That's why I said if you put away his stats, because if you look at his PFF, his coverage numbers, some of them are really bad.
He's never been good in coverage.
But it's like when you look at the intangibles and all that, that's what makes him who he is, and the 8 picks and all that.
Makuba he'll be a hell of a player in that role. So I think later on in the season, whether we get Justin Simmons or not, like Makuba is gonna be that one. He's definitely gonna be that one because you can move him around. Like he can play safety, he can play slot. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he gonna make some plays for us.
I like
Yeah,
that.
That's
too.
what I'm saying.
That's my
I'm pretty
favorite
high
draft
on him
pick
too.
out the whole draft. So that's actually the one player I want to see out of all of them. I think they hit it on the money with him.
I think they did too.
We didn't talk about the draft either with y'all. Who was your favorite pick in the draft, Antoine?
Well, yeah, Makuva. Go ahead, Antoine. Who you got? Probably Makuva too.
Long term, I'm gonna say Campbell.
Okay.
But for this season, like the direct future, I mean, like the immediate future, Makuba.
Okay. What about Ty Robinson?
I love Ty Robinson, bro.
That was my pick. That was mine.
Next to Jalen Carter, Ty Robinson.
Other than Jahad Campbell. Yeah.
Like
Ty
Ty
Robinson.
Robinson and Jalen Carter next to each other can do some damage. That's the way I look at it.
That's a train collision right there. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. And for him to be that low in the pick is crazy to me. What was I about to say? Moving forward, do y'all feel like with Jahad Campbell's injury, is there any like news on when he's expected to start? Or
I think they said he should be a go by week 1.
He'll be ready for training camp.
He'll be ready for training camp? Okay.
But yeah, like with Philly, like I was saying earlier, like they like to bubble wrap their players. So if they dealing with anything, they just go, put them off to the side, put them on ice until they 100%. If they 95%, 90%,
they have hella depth. They got hella depth. They got depth.
Do y'all think he's going to be the impact that we expected this year, or it'll be a build up to next year? Kind of like
I think he'll play well this year, but I think he's gonna be a star the next year.
Okay. Yeah. So last question before we get up out of here. Who's the core 4 on the defense?
The core 4 of the whole defense, or just the secondary, or just the front?
Core 4 on the defense,
but next year,
who are they trying to keep in the long? Like, if I'm Howie Roseman, I'm sitting down at the desk.
I'll give you my 4 right now so fast that you could write it down. Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, and Zach Bond.
Yeah.
Zach Bond for the next 3 seasons, because Zach Bond not going nowhere for the next 3 seasons, bro. Nowhere.
Yeah, and I say replace Bond with Campbell.
You can't put Campbell in the core 4 when he's done nothing, and Bond literally just won a Super Bowl.
So, wait, who was the pick?
Old head.
Who was it, Jay?
I took Bond, Mitchell, Cooper.
No. Like, Bond's going to be gone in 2 years, bro.
You talking about in 2 years? So if you take him out,
I'm saying long term.
Long term, long term. So you say that last 2 years, I'll take
Think about Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham.
Believe it or not, I'll take Ty Robinson. I think he's gonna be the piece I think that's the best value pick out the draft.
Okay. So Ty
I just can't say that about somebody who hasn't played a game yet.
Yeah, that's what I feel. Because if we're going long term,
it's got to be Jalen Carter, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, and the 4th one is the one that keeps killing me. Probably Nolan Smith.
Yeah, that's actually you're right. Let me not discredit the boy. That's actually the spot. I'm sorry, that's the spot.
So y'all can see Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis leaving.
I'm not even. Yeah, I mean, I love Nakobe, and I think
they're not more important.
Why did you, bro? I thought they were real balloons for a second, bro. But nah. What the hell, bro? I was saying.
You're right, Nolan Smith. I'm bugging out. Nolan Smith.
But the thing is about you were saying Nakobe Dean or I mean Jordan Davis. I'm still not like I like him. He's a good run stopper and everything, but I don't think like we have to go through hoops to try to keep him on the team.
Robinson can replace him.
Yeah, exactly. And then Nakobe Dean. I love Kobe, bro, but he just shreds like paper.
Look at the team. Everybody's replacement is behind them.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we named the 4 people that we just named. They're not
going anywhere. Yeah,
they will go the extra mile to pay them. Pay them good money.
You gotta maximize
look at them.
The fact that you don't gotta pay Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell for another at least 2-3 seasons. You feel me? To that 4th season
And the thing is too, we know like it's it's probably pretty doubtful that Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean fall off, but it is more of a possibility than Jalen Carter. Like for sure, Jalen Carter is not going to fall off. Like the dude has established himself as the best interior D lineman in the NFL already.
He
So-
smacked Wolves in the
Kept
face and
himself
got away with it.
too. He's kept himself clean. as well.
Yeah, and he's played longer. Like, so that's, I mean, that's a clear-cut number one best player that we have to keep on the defense.
Yeah.
Agent,
Hey,
dude.
over
He's
90%
agent.
of the snaps, bro.
You said
Yeah.
what?
Over 90% of the snaps.
Which is, I don't really like that,
Come
honestly.
off the field. That's bad.
Nah, because coming in like his conditioning was the question. So
He's
in the
proved that
rookie
wrong.
year, he played over 90% of the
Yeah.
snaps.
I mean, listen to players talk about him. Like, he just wrecks practice. They have to tell him, like, tone it down a little bit
Yeah.
in practice, bro.
So we can run some plays.
Like, he just, like, let Saquon get, like, 5 yards here real quick. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Damn it, Jalen, go to the side. No, okay. So Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Cooper DeJean, and Quinyon.
That's a solid 4 right there, man.
Jahad Campbell.
I
Because
think
remember that Cooper
put-
DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell right next to each other with Jahad Campbell. So everybody, so Blankenship's replaceable. So we probably will lose Blankenship after this year then.
Yo, Antoine is definitely right. Jalen Carter played 79% of the snaps. That's by far the way highest out of all the defensive linemen by at least 20%.
Oh, damn, I thought it was high.
Damn.
You know, but 79, bro. The rest of them is playing 59, 49, 39,
Think
37.
about it in the playoffs. Look at
In the playoffs, I believe he paid almost all the snaps.
all of them.
Playoffs.
I'm trying to look it
Bro,
up.
that's
'Cause I
crazy.
saw a stat where they said he played like 98 or some crazy number.
Yeah,
He played
crazy number, bro.
every snap in the playoffs.
Hey, shout out to Jordan Davis too, because Jordan Davis
He
he
stayed
stayed on that long too. Like,
Yeah. He did play a lot of snaps.
Quinyon Mitchell, as a rookie, played 91% of the snaps.
yeah, he was on the other side, bro. Just,
Crazy.
Bro, their conditioning.
That's
He'll
reliability.
be putting them through the
Actual
ringer.
reliability. That's real
So-
reliability, bro.
no, that's facts. Before we get up out of here, y'all got anything? Y'all want to point out? Definitely letting everybody know about the 1K contest. Pick whatever jersey you want.
Yeah.
Do the drawing for that. But sounds like we going to Tampa for the
Oh, for
Eagles
sure.
game.
That's
We
I think
Forward,
that's
baby.
yeah,
We
Tampa.
do need to find a home game too, fellas. We need to find a
I'm
home.
thinking, I mean, we'll talk about it, but I'm thinking week 13 against the Bears. It's a Friday. But that is after Thanksgiving. It just makes sense for me. Yeah, it makes sense for me because I'm probably gonna go back home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, travel. But man, we're gonna make it happen, fellas. We did the draft thing. We're gonna make it happen. Somehow, some way, we're gonna pull everything together. The season's we're gonna ride the wave of the season, bro. We're gonna figure it out. Tampa looking like the goal right now, though. That's what we all looking like. We want to go to Tampa. We want to be there for that game. We got a lot of history with Tampa as of late. I think that's the game where we're gonna we could for sure circle it.
No, that's a good. But yeah, fellas, let's get up on out of here. Hey, we appreciate everybody watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hey, it adds to what we're doing. It's revenue to us. We appreciate it. We will be back soon. I can definitely tell you, with everything going on with lifing right now, we probably won't be on this whole May month, but we will definitely plan on hopping in June and bringing in some rival teams, looking for Commanders fans, Cowboys fans, and Giants fans that want to talk ball. So let's just let us know.
He just said, let us know which game we'll be. He said he'll be there. Let us know.
Yeah,
we're doing a lot of. We trust me. We all about collectively linking up this season because we did it in Texas. We're doing it again, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. And we'll let y'all know more about. We're gonna make a post on Instagram about the giveaway too. Just want to let everybody know.
With more details, yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. But we appreciate y'all watching. We'll see y'all soon. Go Birds.
Go
Birds.
Birds.